Hi guys. So in my previous video, I went into how to create anything you want, right, through force and flow. And I mentioned how through flow, it is it comes from being full, right, on the inside, and then you can still bring anything you want into your existence, right? But it's not coming from that lack. So a lot of questions arise from that. Well, then how do you become whole? And that is a very complex question, but I'm going to try to give you some helpful tips how to become whole so you can create from that flow state, from fullness, not from lack, right? And it starts with you're going to have to do some or a lot of work on yourself, okay? We all have a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of self sabotaging behaviors, right? And it comes from your childhood. It comes from, maybe somebody said something when you were younger and you kind of, stored it and recorded it, and now you get to live it out, right? So, in order to become whole, you're gonna have to put in some work. There's no way around it, right? You're gonna have to maybe monitor what you think, right? What you say. You're gonna have to start maybe learning how your mind operates, right? How your conscious mind and most importantly, I would say your subconscious mind operate, right? But because that controls, 90 to 95% of your daily thoughts, actions, whatever it is. You're gonna have to start to rewiring, negative stuff. Maybe you learned it from your parents, maybe from school. Um, a lot of us, act out in a certain way as a grown up, and you're like, why is this happening? What is there to learn? But a lot of those um, kind of teachings come from when we were younger, right? So you can start reading certain books, right? How to work on yourself and improve yourself, and maybe you watch videos, right? And definitely I would recommend start meditating, daily, if not as often as you can, right? That's gonna be a huge one. Working whatever way possible on your childhood trauma, right? And you're gonna say, well, I don't think I have any. Everybody in some form or another has childhood trauma, right? And then once you start the self work, a lot of stuff is gonna come up, and it's good, right? Because that stuff needs to come up in order for you to heal, to become whole, right? And so much of what we do every day is based on our past programs, basically, right? So you're gonna do some work and go back and try to rewire yourself, right? Um, Another key element is being present every day, right? And trying to find joy in the little things in your life, right? Once you start enjoying, the little things in life, you're basically opening up the door for more good stuff, right? That's why gratitude is also so very important, right? A lot of people talk about gratitude, but it jumpstarts everything, because when you're grateful every day for whatever you have, you're basically, putting your attention on it. When you put your attention on it, you're basically saying, more please, right? And that's whether positive, negative, good or bad, whether it can bring joy to your life or sadness, whatever you put your attention on, right? Whatever you focus, whatever you think about, becomes, like your inner program. And that inner program, you can see it on the outside. So you may behave a certain way, or self-sabotaging, like I said earlier. Where is it coming from? Well, it was sitting in you all along. So you're gonna have to do some work regardless, right? um, Eating healthy is a good way to kind of get yourself out of a slump or anything. Eating well, starting to eat better, maybe working out, right? Taking walks in nature is very helpful, right? To calm you down, to recenter you. um, and it takes work, takes pride, takes it's not a quick fix. And then eventually, I don't know, whatever it is, weeks, months, years, sometimes, when you work on yourself, you're going to get to a point where you overcame a lot of the negative programming, the trauma, the bad habits, right? And you get to a point where you are more joyful, more happy with your life. You're finding peace in everyday little things, right? Even amidst the chaos. And you notice you're becoming more whole, right? So there's a lot of things we can do. It's not easy, especially when you start work on yourself. A lot of stuff is going to come up. And as stuff comes up, you're going to have to deal with it. There's no other way around it. In order to make any kind of progress, you're going to have to deal with it, right? And then, like I said, when you become a little more whole, more fulfilled, you can still create anything you want, but it's going to be from that fullness, right? It's the creation itself. Like I said in my other video, you're going to have to put in work, but it's going to be easier, right? That fullness is going to carry you. You're going to be led to one thing and then maybe another and another, and you're not, you're going to have to put in work, but it's not going to be overwhelming. It's going to feel right because you're doing it from from source, from being full, and you can enter that flow state that way. Okay, so like I said, all of us have a lot of work to do on ourselves, and stop trying to change others. Stop trying to preach maybe certain things. First, work on yourself. That's where it all starts. You cannot see something on the outside, right? That's not within you. So if you don't like the projection you're giving, and the projection you're seeing on the outside world, whatever it may be, you need to do some work on your inner self, on you. That's where it starts. That's where all the good stuff comes from, okay? For, just having a more fulfilling, happier life every day. Okay, guys? So, hope, as usual, this was helpful. Um, like, comment anything, subscribe. Please share your own stories, whether you agree, with this, and maybe your own helpful tips, kind of, how to get to that wholeness stage, because it's a process, right? So anything is helpful, and let's make this, kind of like a community thing where we can share and help each other out and inspire each other, right? Positively. Okay. Thank you, and see you in the next one.